What if I told you that you could get 5 business credit cards from just one bank without spending months building those net 30 accounts? That's exactly what I did. Approved, funded, and ready to go. And the best part, it had nothing to do with Quill, Uline, or those vendor trade lines that take forever to work. If you're serious about building business funding and financial freedom, grab that notepad because I'm about to break it down for you step by step. My first business credit card, a measly $5,000 from Amex. And I thought I was on to something. But the reality is it wasn't enough. I needed a lot more funding to scale my real estate business. Real estate marketing is expensive. You got mailers, stamps, ads, and it all adds up fast. And I had to move quickly because I couldn't stand another day at my 9 to 5. I needed an exit plan, a backup, but I didn't have the money to make it happen. So I did what everyone else does. I bought all the business credit courses, watched all the YouTube videos, and you know what they all said? Go get those net 30 vendors. And I was paying a monthly fee to all these companies so that every month they give me another net 30 vendor to go get, like Quill or Uline or Crown Office Supplies. Some of those vendors that they gave me never even boosted up my business credit score. This was taking too long and I felt stuck in a loop. At this point, I started to feel frustrated because it was a never-ending cycle where I'm paying every single month, but I'm not actually getting any funding. I wanted a faster way to the real money, the business credit cards, the lines of credit. You know, the money that you can actually do something with. And I remembered something that my dad did years ago. Years back, my dad was looking to buy a beach house as an investment property. Now, we did not come from money, and my parents' credit score was not that great. As a matter of fact, when we were younger, we were on food stamps. But I always say, poor is a mentality, broke is temporary. So my dad was trying to get us into a better situation, even though he had no experience doing this, and he did not have the best of credit. He went to a small, one-branch community bank in the same town of where the investment property was located. He spent hours inside of that bank, but I know that he's a great networker, and sometimes he has that gift of gab. So anyways, he did get approved for that loan. And I remember thinking, how the heck did he get approved? Like, what, are they crazy? But no, they're not loco. They're local, meaning they're a backyard bank and they have a lending committee. They love to lend to small businesses in their area. That's their thing. And because they lend their own money, they can make their own rules. These banks approve people and business owners based on their relationship, not just their scores. Plus, they're built to serve small businesses. And they want to lend money out. It's literally the way the banks stay in business. That was the secret. And then I started thinking, I wonder how many other banks out there are like this. At first, I thought that these banks were impossible to find, but I was dead wrong. It turns out that every bank, small or big, must register in the state that they are in. This means that you could pull up a database and find as many of these banks as you need. And that's how I found the bank that would approve me for 5 business credit cards. One of those banks? PNC. PNC is what's called a portfolio lender. That means they lend their own money and they are a community-based bank. They're only in certain regions. This is huge because it means that they have a lot more flexibility with their underwriting criteria. And they don't follow strict big bank rules like Chase or Amex. They prioritize relationships over credit scores. That means more funding for you. But it's not just PNC. There are hundreds of banks that do the same thing. And now that you know where to look, here's exactly what you need to do. Step 1, boost up your business credit score fast. Ditch the net 30 vendors and go with companies like Nav Prime, the Nav Prime card, and eCredible. Step 2, open a business checking account with PNC and make consistent deposits to build a relationship. 3, apply in person. Find a VP of business lending. And note, not all bankers are helpful. So not every time is the closest branch to where you live or where your business is going to be the best branch for you. You're looking for someone at the bank that could be an advocate for your business. Not everyone's going to be as excited about getting you approved for funding as you are, so your advocate matters. Step 4, optimize your personal credit. There are some things that you could do relatively quickly to boost up your personal credit score right before you apply. Number 1, lower your credit utilization. Ideally, you want to be 25% or less. Besides paying down debt or doing credit limit increases, the authorized user technique works as well. Ideally, you want to have a trade line on your personal credit report that's at least $10,000. So for example, when my wife was looking to get business funding, I added her as an authorized user to my American Express card. I had a $0 balance, $20,000 limit. I did it online. She's not necessarily using the card, but now within a matter of weeks, her credit score improved. Plus, she has a seasoned trade line on her credit report that's more than 10 years old. It's higher than $10,000. And it lowered her utilization. This quick step makes it a lot easier to get approved right before you apply for funding. Banks pull what's called a blended SBSS score, and that's a combined score between your business credit and your personal credit. So by boosting both of them up right before you apply, you can greatly increase your odds of getting approved. And just like that, I was approved for $75,000 in funding with 5 business credit cards. These backyard banks underwrite their own business credit cards. What that means is that they're not outsourcing the process to a third-party company like Elon Financial, for example. Since they manage their own cards in-house, it's not just easier to get approved and work with these banks, but if you have more than one business, in many cases you can get approved for more than one business credit card. Now, I use that money to invest. I spend it on marketing to acquire more deals, and I use it to buy cash flowing real estate. For example, this is a 2-family property that I bought with no money out of pocket thanks to business credit that makes me $500 per month in passive income. So now it's your turn. Use the step-by-step process to get business credit fast. And if you want to turn credit into long-term wealth, check out my next video right here.